Welcome to episode 498 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Primo, aka Prime, and Tim Kincaid in the building. Happy summer to y'all. And we're right there. I can smell it. You can smell the training camp. You can smell the grass being cut. Football season is right around the corner. And what are we going to do today? We're going to do the pre-camp 53-man roster prediction. See how he's faced? That's your face. You're like, this early? Yes. This early, because we're trying to see if we get it right. Because normally we're pretty good with predictions on this podcast and making out who hits the 53. But I have a good feeling. I mean, we all had a good feeling about the Super Bowl roster. I feel like we have another one of those. So I think everyone should be happy. I mean, Evan, how are you feeling? You happy? You ready for another Super Bowl run?
I was saying to Jenna, we were driving in the car the other day, and I was like, you know what? I miss sports other than baseball being on TV, just baseball being on TV. And she goes, all you've been doing is watching football highlights. Do you just miss football? I was like, yes, that's what I meant to say. Is I just miss football. And that's exactly where I want to get back to the Eagles, man. Like this team left off obviously on such a good note. You can't end the season in a better way than winning the championship. And after we get the news of playing Dallas week 1 at the Link, watch us hang the banner. I'm excited about the new talent that we added in the draft. I'm just ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. I want to get back to it.
Yeah, the excitement is kicking in. The excitement is definitely kicking in. 59 days away from training camp. We're talking about 2 episodes away from hitting 500 with you fellas. I mean, like, what's more,
wow.
What isn't exciting? About the roster, man. I mean, look, we talked about it week in, week out. Regardless of the little changes that were made in the off season, it's run it back. Like, yeah, I'm very confident that these boys are going to go ahead and, get to that big game and win another one. I mentioned various times this would be the dagger year. Besides Smith having the dagger catch, the dagger year is, winning back to back. This division would never expected it. They would have never wanted it. And the fact that we're about to go ahead and have the chance to do it, that right there is just going to be a dagger to the other 3 teams in this division and, to their fan base just as well. The hate still continues. I love it, on social media, out in the world, like, they just don't want to give us the credit that we deserve, but it's all good. I love it. This is what we build off of. And, I'm looking forward to this season getting started and pretty much just shutting everybody up like we did this past year.
Man, when basketball's over, finals are over, you're just like, what else am I looking to besides Philly baseball? You know what I mean? So, yeah, 59 days, like Primo said, to football camp getting started. I'm so geeked up that I'm watching little snippets of AJ Brown working out. Devontae Smith, go check out his YouTube. Cameraman needs some work though. It's a lot of shaking. A lot of shaking in that joke. But go check that out. Yeah, he's trying his best. But get a stabilizer. But it's really good to see, like, we can go places, and wear our Eagles gear. It's done. And nobody can say anything. Nobody can say anything. So that's where, we're boasting, wearing our gear. The ring ceremony is next week or 2 weeks from now or so, the 18th, I believe. Lombardi number 2. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
When do you think we get? When do you think we get the first leak of what that ring looks like on the timeline?
They already. I thought they already showed it.
I'm actually thinking at the end of this week somebody's going to end up leaking it. Yeah, it's usually the week before, the event.
Yeah, from what I've seen it's basically like the first one, but they just added another Lombardi, and there's just all kinds of diamonds in there.
Yeah, I heard they had some
who knows,
production issues have slowed up the people that make the actual rings. But speaking of two championship trophies, shout out to BG. We were hanging with BG at the Spectre event, and just I say like I was telling somebody at the event, I'm like, yo, we go, we come out to these events, whatever, but just to look at the look on everyone's faces when meeting Brandon, like you get to live it through their fandom and people just having a good time, and you might recognize this person from the tailgates. She's more diehard than everyone, but like the fact that everyone's excited. Shout out to Jordan Spector and shout out to Brandon Graham and Chesapeake Bay Inn is fantastic. I didn't know it was that dope down there. I've never been down there, but the event was pretty awesome and still riding a little high, man. Still riding a little high, but the vibes are good. It's very it's elevated. Eagle fans are
those real Lombardis right there that you're holding.
I like to say that in my heart.
Well, apparently one of them has a dent in it. So
they weren't the real ones. Looked like a couple
okay.
of players ended up signing their autographs on these things. So right there, pretty much gave it away.
Yeah, but some Eagle fans,
but I'm with Gail, man. In my heart, I'm just saying it. Like, yeah, those were the Lombardi trophies.
It's like it's the body of Christ.
But shout out to you, Primo, for rocking the jersey, man. That was dope.
Bro, listen, I was keeping that. It's crazy you mentioned that. I was keeping that one on a low key the whole night. I had the 4th and Jawn hoodie on, and I was just waiting patiently and just doing my thing and just waiting for the right time to get up there and reveal the jersey, but then also get the opportunity to get up there with Gail and take the picture. But not only that, I've been like, on a grind trying to get this jersey signed. I've been chasing this man at 3 different events and struck out. And I literally went to his PM, his peoples, and I was like, look, if I got to chase you guys to the parking lot to your own car, I'm going to do whatever I got to do tonight to get my autograph. And they all started laughing, and they were all cool. And they told me, do not worry about nothing. We're going to go ahead and make it happen. Big shout out to BG and his team, man. They came through. I got 2 signatures one on each side, signature for the 52, signature for the 59. So it was a blessing, man. And it's like Gail said, man, we pop up at these events and you just never know what to expect. And it's just like, bro, we were kids, man. We just like in kiddie land, like, yo, man, like what are we in for tonight? And it's just like it never fails, man. The last 3-4 events that we've been at, we just been blessed with, the opportunities we've been getting, and it's been fun, man. And BG, so down to earth, coolest guy so far, man. Like he was so cool. He called, he FaceTimed my wife and the kids, spoke to them, and he did that for quite a bit of the fans that were there that night, man. And it was just like it was a moment. Me and Gail just kept like, like, do we pinch each other? Like, is this shit really going down, man? Like, this is crazy. Like, it was wild, man. It was wild.
It was nice. We got to do a little toast at the very end. We took some shots with BG. Okay. But that was interesting. Still, there's so much stuff.
It's always good to hear that the guys that you like end up being what you expect them to be like. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, yeah.
Because sometimes, you know how it is. They say, never meet your heroes.
Yeah, man. It happens.
BG is like I was.
Yeah, sounds like a genuine dude. Yeah.
I was like, not all Eagle fans are created equal like that. Eagle players are created equal like that because not all of them are. Like, because you're sitting right next to him. I'm taking photos for Jordan and just hearing him have these authentic conversations with every Eagle fan that comes up, and it's great to hear it because it's like not the same conversation. It's a different, And at one point, BG's like, "Yo, man, I shouldn't eat that cheesesteak. I'm about to, I'm about to hold the thing up." I was like, "Bro, man, I'm right next to you." He's like, "Let me know." He's as real as you can get. But talk about real, man. This 53-man roster is real. This is a real thing. Obviously it's very early. Someone getting their feels about like why is this person not on this group or this position.
Paul Turner of Vengeance Award.
Speaking of Paul Turner staying club, Ziz was at the event. I didn't get to.
No way. Did you see her?
I didn't get to go. I saw her, but by the time I got. She had left, but
wow.
Speaking of the fan club, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to James, said you all what's up. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to Chris Lee in the building. It's his birthday as well.
Happy birthday, bro.
Chris.
21 years old, man.
Shout out in the building.
Shout out to Nina all the way in Florida. Shout out to Andrew and Jordan. Got the family members up in here.
What up,
Obviously,
Guzzo?
you guys are as sick as we are, but might as well get to the quarterback position right away. Quarterback position obviously is very, very easy. I don't think this is a very
Too
tough
simple.
conversation.
Well, but my only conversation is, I imagine we only keep 3, right? Why waste space?
I would
There's
agree.
there's no competition going on here. Why waste space? If something ends up happening in a God forbid sort of situation, season's already bleak, and you just sign somebody.
Now, quarterbacks on the roster: Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kyle McCord, Dorian Thompson, Robinson. This is very easy. DTR, sad to see you go, but
Yeah, sad to see you go, but it's going to be Hurts, McKee, and McCord.
I
And
think
then
if you're
I'll tell
talking
you
about
what,
average-
Kyle McCord's going to ball out, and then people will be like, "Dude, this is wild.
There
He
we
can
go.
really run this
boy.
system."
Hey, we should have ranked them up on the most important Eagles, the top 25 at this point.
So can we? It's safe. Obviously, Jalen Hurts has had a tremendous season last year. Led the team to the Super Bowl. Still, every time I log into Twitter, it's some dumb BS conversation about Jalen Hurts and why. Like Eagle fans, you sitting here feeling like you need to explain to the NFL fan base for what? There's no reason to. But if you want to debate Tanner McKee, go ahead. And Kyle McCord, go ahead. But Jalen Hurts is him. And we're going to get this list down to 3 here. Quarterbacks, we've got Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kyle McCord in the
Are you
building.
counting over there? I would hate for a.
I put it up.
If not, I'm counting over here.
Yeah, I got. Let me pull up the notes.
Hey,
You can
do
do
not
the
let
chat.
Gail count. Do not let
Yeah.
Gail count.
Ev, if you in the chat, if you could keep the tally, and then I'll cut and paste your tally, and I'll put it in.
All
I
right.
have the one from last year that we did as well that we could play off of
I could only go in the comment section. I can.
in the private chat. Can you?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So now running backs, position that was I'm not gonna say lacking. It was our running back group has been pretty decent as of late. Now it's spectacular. Saquon putting 2K on film and the cover of Madden. I can't say enough about the running game as of late. It's sick. But we're gonna have to make some decisions here. Saquon Barkley, Will Shipley, AJ Dillon, Kylan Robinson, Montrell
Sorry,
Johnson, Shanderick Powell, Stan Club over there. Lou Nichols, Ben Van Sumeren will be our fullback. Who's not making this list?
I hate to break it to you, man. There's a few names, and I think your boy Shanderick might be on it. He might get that mystery injury if he performs well. Do you have the list of people so we could look at them? You listed off like 9 names, and then we're looking at the quarterback still.
Let's see. We have the running backs here. I'm thinking 4 right now. I'm thinking
Yeah.
we keep 4.
Any of you guys want to take a stab at?
I mean, I definitely had the first 3, and then but is the fullback position considered one of them?
I guess so. I mean, it's going to have to take up a spot on your roster, so I guess that's where you'd allocate it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead.
That's where my 4 play right there. The first
Unless-
3, and then Ben.
Unless you put Ben Van Sumeren with the linebacker position, and then you can add Shanderick Powell.
But he's listed as a fullback now. He doesn't even have.
Yeah, he's not even listed.
He's not even a slash anymore. He's a straight fullback.
Nah, he's just a fullback
not even
now.
in the linebacker position.
Which to
Yeah,
me
but he's-
is almost like a lock on him making the position.
Mhm.
I think the Eagles
yeah,
like,
most definitely.
so I honestly think that Saquon, Will Shipley, and BVS are the safest ones on here. AJ Dillon,
Yes.
if I'm being honest with you, if he gets outperformed, I think there is a possibility that he don't even make the team.
I'm with you. I feel like this. I mean, with Derek Powell, like I feel like the Eagles always looking for the next Darren Sproles, that little running back that can beat a Swiss Army knife, pull rabbit out of the hat type of, like I said, they use your body as a tool, and he has the juice. So I definitely can see that if he outperforms them in the preseason.
That's what I'm saying. Like if the end determination at the end of training camp ends up being
Right.
They believe that there's a possibility that AJ Dillon might not have much left in the tank, then I'd rather go with a prospect with upside at that point. You know what I mean?
I mean, when you think about the mileage that Saquon put on last year, the fact that he in OTAs was taking a resting his body, I think if you're talking short yardage, AJ Dillon with our offensive line, not anyone else's offense, our offensive line, this is just an added bonus. I think the talking heads have created a narrative where AJ Dillon won't have a role, but I really do feel as depth. I think Will Shipley adds another element in the passing game and special teams as a crazy wild man on kickoff. So I think
let me throw a little caveat at you. Remember when Rashad Penny came here? Like we were all convinced Rashad Penny was going to at least have a role in this offense, and then he didn't play the entire season. He played 2 snaps.
Well, in terms of
like the same sort of thing I think could happen with AJ Dillon. Rashad Penny was a bigger name than AJ Dillon.
I didn't like Rashad Penny. I hated Rashad Penny. You could go
in hindsight, it's easy to say that, but when we got him,
I hated Rashad Penny when he was drafted in the first round. I don't hate you as a person, okay? But I just think short yardage. I think it's a bust. It's a plus.
I mean, I think with the downfall that AJ's been having in his career, and then him getting the opportunity to sign with us, this is an opening for him to go ahead and blow it up. So I mean, like that's why I feel like it's pretty much on him, and the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the positive is on his side right now, just to play, come in here and be positive and do what he needs to do to show us the NFL. He still has, plenty of whatchamacallit in the tank, man.
And with the year off too.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm down to go with Dillon for now in this position.
Let's see. We're gonna erase the. I hate to be so rude and just erase people off the board, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna erase people right off the board. I'm taking Sean Derrick's got to get hurt some mysterious way. I just.
Do you think he gets plucked even?
Probably. I mean, you got to. Sometimes you got to look at the guaranteed money. Like,
are you being LeVar Ball right now, or?
I might. AJ Dillon, 1 point. His cap is 1.1 million.
I think he makes the team.
Yeah, I think he does too. Let's see. Lou Nichols, Montrell Johnson, Shadarick Powell, Keelan Robinson, or Kylan off the board. Here we got 4. So that's 7. That's 7 players. Do the math. 7 minus 53. Anyone?
Look at him still thinking.
I'm with
7 minus 53 is 46.
46.
I was waiting for Gail to answer his own question.
Now the wide receiver group, which I feel like should be easy. Again, the conversation becomes for us as Eagle fans, wide receiver 3. Wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. Should they get Amari Cooper? Should we get you're gonna hear all this other talk? But I really feel like
Keenan Allen.
We're gonna make a YouTube video about it, and it's gonna be a bunch of stuff that's really not gonna happen. Julio Jones coming back from the dead. you'll hear every single thing leading up to training camp. Now, I'm hoping 5. So AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, 1A, 1B. You could say 1 and 2, but 1A, 1B. Jahan Dotson. I've been very, 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 very tough on Johnny Wilson. We have Avery Williams. We have Danny Gray, the favorite of Tim, who's a closet 49er fan on the low. It's by marriage. We have Anais Smith. We're very tough on Anais Smith. We love him. We're very tough on him because that's how it has to be. Terrace Marshall, Taylor Morin, give you some punt return snaps. He's a possession guy. Giles Jackson, who shined in OTAs. Elijah Cooks, big target. Darius Cooper, UDFA.
Oh, you forgot one more person.
Who else?
We just signed him from Atlanta. I can't think of his name.
You mean Avery Williams?
Avery Williams.
Yeah, he's on there.
He's right there. Next to
Oh, he
Johnny
is?
Yep.
Yeah, it's right next to Wilson.
And not only is he next to Johnny Wilson, but I think he.
So many names. Damn.
I kind of feel like he's got a shot at making the team just from the return aspect.
Well, Avery Williams, look at the guaranteed money, special teams. Also, he has got some experience at running back, / wide receiver / punt return.
Just a gadget type of guy.
This is for the resident haters like Pete Nathan. We're talking about Britton Covey. This is your time to rejoice as Avery Williams stan.
Yeah.
So
I think that Johnny Wilson, I think, has a shot at making this team just based off of still just frame. Like, you know what I mean? He's a big body. I think that they want to be convinced that give him one more year and see if you can actually turn him into a legitimate wide receiver. But Anais Smith, I feel like that's casualty. I don't know with all these other guys in the mix if Anais is making the team this year.
I mean, the names that's being brought up in camp, and not the top guys. I'm talking about the guys that are like being mentioned in camp is Danny Gray and Terrence Marshall. Those two guys have been everybody's been bragging about. I mean, with the Avery Williams deal, I feel like with him, he is going to, can't make the team if you're in the tub. You know what I mean? So you got to get in, you got to get healed up, got to get those injuries out the way for camp. So with my 5, I'm going AJ, Devontae, J. Dot, and Terrence Marshall and Danny Gray. And the guys are going to be on that practice squad. I'm going to have to say, you know what? I'm not going to say practice squad. I think Johnny Wilson is probably going to end up getting moved to tight end in the practice squad.
That's the topic for the last 3 years of his life.
Johnny Wilson.
Right. I mean, he's blocking. I mean, he's a blocking wide receiver. That's all he is right now at this point of his career.
Yeah. I got, honestly, the first 5 names on there. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, J. Dot, Johnny Wilson, Avery Williams. That's how I started playing it.
I feel like Danny Gray might make a surprise. I think they like Wilson as a blocker. In a weird, not that it's
he's huge type of way. He's got length.
I just feel like he needs to like the words that I'm thinking that I'm not going to say, but the words he just got to knuckle up. And I really want him to make, and I really do want him to make the team.
He needs to become a legitimate threat to pass to, because if he's just a blocking wide receiver, you're just tipping your hand every time he steps on the field.
And I feel like he's just a wasted talent of height, man. Like it's just, it's crazy.
It's always like that.
I know, but I mean, it's just like my thing is like we've given Anaya Smith. We talk about Anaya Smith. We've given him so many opportunities. Not just us, the organization. Like they pushed this guy. They pushed him in the preseason. They pushed him to go ahead and be involved during the regular season. And then I think they even gave him an opportunity in the big game as well, or in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And like he just didn't have anything to show. And I think this preseason is definitely going to be the do or die for him. And if it doesn't come through, yeah, I mean, I see him out here. And it's the same thing I feel for Johnny Wilson. I hate to tell y'all, I'm not on the Johnny Wilson train. If he doesn't show anything this preseason, man, yeah, it's not looking good for him. My 5: AJ, Devontae, Dotson, Danny Gray, and I like Avery Williams. I like Avery Williams on the return. And then, depending on how the rest of this roster goes, there's a possibility or there's an opportunity for us to add a 6. Just saying. But those are my top 5.
I feel like with the fullback though, if we're carrying a fullback, I feel like we can't get greedy with the wideouts.
But like a fullback will actually go in with a tight end. You know what I'm saying? It would be like like what the Niners have, like Kyle Juszczyk and those guys like that. So he will fall in the fullback.
Do me a favor, bro. Make sure that is the last 49ers Eagles comparison you do today. Okay?
Man, we talk about football. Man.
I think Prime might have been.
We are talking about football.
I think he's honest.
We talk about football.
I'm thinking. I could be talked into 6 if you're thinking Avery Williams full-time special teams. You're gonna have to add, because if you look at body types, AJ Brown, big guy. You want a shade of that. Like Terrace Marshall's also a bigger wide receiver, and then Johnny Wilson in theory, not in heart.
Look, I'm sorry. I gotta shut this down right now because did you guys see what he just did? I picked up on it right away. We're looking for a full-time special teamer. We're moved on from Britton Covey, man. You're trying to find your next Britton Covey, and it's like gotta. If you're on special teams, you gotta contribute multiple ways. That's a full-time returner, Avery Williams.
yo, hold up.
Yeah, that one in the chamber, bro.
Clearly stopped the conversation. You didn't see what he did.
It's just what it is. Yo, if you go look at the guaranteed money, follow the money. Now, you see guaranteed money.
I let him get some wide receiver snaps too. Britton Covey did.
I mean, this is the thing. No,
I just feel like he's in the conversation. Like you got to put him somewhere. I feel like Danny Gray would probably be more valuable as a wide receiver.
There we go.
And if you're looking for bigger body targets, as in like Terrace Marshall and Elijah Cooks, those guys are more the same size as a AJ Brown. So if you're looking at that type of, they're looking for a bigger body target.
And less than sure, bro. This is Terrace Marshall's last shot, because there was one point coaches and scouts were saying, "Yo, he was better than Jettas." They were saying that coming out of college. Like, yeah, he's better than Jettas. Like, and he's an LSU wide receiver prototype. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is like, come on, bro. Like, I want him to make this team, bro. I really do want him to make this team. Get this chance.
So you guys are at 5 or 6. Here.
I'm at 5 personally.
I'm at 5. So we got to 5 where possible.
Because we all got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jawn Dotson. We're all.
How many of us had Avery Williams as well? 2 or 3.
I had Avery.
Okay, so we're Johnny Wilson versus Danny Gray.
I'd be willing to go Gray.
I got Gray. That was my favorite.
I got Johnny Wilson making the team, but I got him making the team as a tight end.
I get so mad talking about Johnny Wilson and Anaya Smith because the opportunity is so right there for them to go ahead and grab it, and these two don't show no hunger, man. Like they should be feeding off of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, shit, even Jahan Dotson. Like you see, these guys are grinding.
I mean, Anaya Smith has been shadowing AJ. They've been working out together, so we can't really say that.
My thing is, he was coming back.
They're making YouTube videos together.
Yeah, him coming back from injury is like, if you don't show anything now, it's a wrap, and it just is what it is.
But is it like that you give up on a draft prospect that you just drafted a year ago? Like, I mean, this is the big boys. I mean, this is the NFL, this is the pros. But sometimes it's like, damn, when you cut a prospect and he glows. Like look at Matt Collins. Like he's glowing up. This dude has been on so many teams. But
if Anaya Smith, if Anai Smith was supposed to be the special teams guy that was supposed to push Covey out the way, I'm watching every special team reps at every open practice that I was watching. And I'm watching Anai Smith in the hustle. I didn't see it. And I was watching another open practice. I'm like, yo, bro, like when are you gonna be like hustling out there when everyone's watching? But then I'm like,
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys. Go ahead.
No, just real quick. I mean, you talk about Matt Collins. You don't get too many of them in the NFL. Those are guys that that keep grinding. Even though they've been team to team, they just keep on grinding. You got a Matt Collins. You got Jordan. You even got Jordan Matthews still in the league, still playing. You know what I mean? Like it's guys in. Right. It's guys like that just keep on grinding. I just don't see that in Anais. And I'm scared, and I'm not scared, but I hate to tell you, I just don't see it in Wilson either.
Okay, and my bad. I'm gonna go right because I want to go in the segment, and then I'll let you go. Sorry, but I feel like with Anais, there's a lot of times, and he's like these young bulls out here. We know these young bulls. These young bulls out here, when they're playing the sport, they want to be cool. They want to look cool. I don't think he can show that type of effort because of, I'm not saying the ego, but it's the swag. And he needs to get that out.
Swag ain't gonna pay the bills.
Hey, I'm just saying that's what happens. Coaching young kids, that's what happens.
If we're looking at all these names right here, and we're talking about a lack of talent, is the talent really that deep enough that it's worth keeping 6, or is there going to be a guy that falls off another team that probably is going to be better than to play wide receiver 5 or 6 than these guys?
The other thing.
But it's the best. It's the best of the best. You want the most talent.
I think no. Like let's call a spade a spade. After wide receiver 3, it's a severe drop on this team.
Oh, most definitely.
That's a natural thing. But it's really just like you're shooting fish in a barrel after Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if you got the opportunity to go ahead and get a 4th king, 4th ace, whatever you want to call it, a 4 of a kind, and it's out there. Yeah, sorry for the rest of y'all, but I'm gonna go ahead and pluck that card, and and finish the deck out.
And I mean, you might as well add depth. That's legitimate depth.
So you would add like a savvy veteran like Keenan.
Yeah. At the right price.
I was quick to say on that one too. Change the name, you know what I mean? But yes,
you bring up a guy, you bring up a journeyman like a Matt Collins, someone that is like that prototype that's just been around the league and has been grinding.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Matt Collins
doesn't have to be Matt Collins, but like a.
Let's be honest though, somebody like Matt Collins is number 1 option right now for the Buffalo Bills. Like he's rose, he's raised his talent, his game.
Not a number 1 option. He's not a
1.
one.
Well, no. He was playing as a number 1 option in the playoffs. If you pay attention, remember,
he's not number 1 option.
He wasn't the number 1 option, but he was getting number 1 option. He was getting the ball. He was getting the ball
by default. Adam, if you're gonna try to bring a veteran, like if the perfect kind of veteran that I would like is an Adam Thielen, who he can play, he can route people up, he's savvy, but you don't want to pay too much for that. And if they brought him in, that would be the kind of veteran
work with Coop and uncross him up.
Bro, did you see Coop when he said, "Hey, bro, how did that look?" He's like, "No, bro, you're okay, bro."
So we're Jahan Dotson, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Avery Williams.
I'm in on Avery.
You're
saying Danny Gray? Everyone's saying Danny Gray.
I'm in on Gray.
So you're going Danny Gray over Terrace Marshall?
I don't know what Terrace Marshall is yet.
Gotcha.
I really don't. I'll be honest. Like that back end 4-5 is like, whew, it still needs work.
Is Gabe Davis still out there, or did he sign somewhere?
I think he did sign somewhere.
He went somewhere,
but he had brick hands.
Yeah,
he had some brick hands. And Pete Nathan likes him, but he's a big body. We're not paying when our both our one and 1A and B are making 20+ mil.
Yeah.
What we're talking is, what we're talking.
Gabe Davis, Pete Nathan brings up as a 4th right. That's the type of journeyman type of guy I would bring in. I'd bring in a Gabe Davis over Danny Gray or
Still a free
Anaya
agent.
Smith or
Yeah, he's still a free agent. He hasn't signed with
Still a
anyone.
free agent. He hasn't signed nowhere.
yeah.
Have you seen him come up big lately?
Say what?
Have you seen him come up big lately for the Bills?
Have you seen Terrence
plays
Marshall
for the Jags
or Anaya
last year. I
Smith
don't
or
want
Johnny
Terrence.
Wilson?
I'm not pumping any of those guys up.
I'm just saying if these are our options.
Hey, listen. I mean, this is like, who was it? Was it the Washington? Was it Washington? Washington had a whole bunch of Jags, and then they had
Well, there you go.
Terry's a good wide receiver. I'm not saying he's a Jag, but the rest of those guys, you're like, okay, all right. And then they're rolling out the carpet for Zach Ertz. He's eating in the middle.
Didn't they said that he's an unsigned free agent still?
No, he's saying like he's a Jag, not a Jag.
Oh, just a guy.
Just a guy.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there, Christy F. So we'll go Danny Gray, right? Everyone's in agreement.
Yeah. Pete Nathan firing off all cylinders, bro. Marquez Callaway, another guy I would take as wide receiver for.
Damn, he's still a free agent. Wasn't he injured though? He was injured a lot for the Saints. With the Saints.
Let's see
What?
here.
He was a home run guy, man.
He's injured though. He was injured.
I remember everyone was pumping up Terrace Marshall. He went in the second round, dog.
Bro, tell him. LSU, that wide receiver core they had. Oh my goodness. One of the illest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, he was just a practice squad last year.
Yeah, if I'm being real, right now, and we're going 5 for now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they like Johnny Wilson, and it would be 6. But for our board here, we have nixed him off, and we got 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 5 here at wide receiver: AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Avery Williams, Danny Gray. Running back 4: Saquon Barkley, Will Shipley, AJ Dillon, Ben Van Sumeren. Quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kyle McCord. Now, the tight end group is interesting. Not really interesting because we're always looking for that third guy, that third tight end, one to beat out Evan's son. So we have Cameron Latu, Nick Muse, EJ Jenkins, Harrison Bryant, Kylan Granson, Grant Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert. We know Dallas Goedert is a lock. I think Grant Calcaterra,
he's a lock.
He's pretty much close to a lock.
Yeah. What do you mean close to? What kind of conspiracy
well,
are you starting?
He's getting all that's about his son.
Because they brought in Kylan Granson, Harrison Bryant, all these other guys to try and replace him. They all got paid around the same amount. If you're looking at the money wise, they all are making about the same. Kylan Granson 1.3, Harrison Bryant 1.2, Nick Muse 1.
So I don't understand.
1.1.
So if they're willing to pay all these guys that aren't even going to make the team because they can't all make
pre-Goddard situation too.
What makes you think? I hate to go back to this, that AJ Dillon, because he's making $1.1 million, isn't expendable when Kylan Granson is, all these other guys that you just said are getting paid $1 million.
The role is he's behind our line. I really feel like that's a.
But why only pay him? What makes $1.1 million a guarantee?
No, I mean
if Kylan Granson's making that.
Well, the Dallas, I think Kylan Granson does make the roster, and it's your boy. Well, not your boy, but Tim likes EJ Jenkins a little bit. I think EJ Jenkins.
I like EJ.
Cameron Latu, Nick Muse, and Harrison Bryant. I feel like potential. You could trade one of these guys too. If someone goes down, maybe.
I mean, not to completely just ride for my son, but I don't know what Calcaterra has shown you that makes him an illegitimate tight end too. At the minimum, he's definitely the second best player on here, so I think his job's secure. But I don't know. I kind of am leaning towards either Harrison Bryant or EJ Jenkins. I thought EJ played well towards the end of last year.
Cozy says, does Howie trade for Kincaid and Dawson Knox? Probably not.
Yeah, I'm not trading
Yeah,
Kincaid.
I don't see that.
See what I did there? Probably Knox.
Probably Knox.
Nah.
Kyle Pitts, on the other hand, holding out.
I think Evan's been pushing that narrative. Hopefully he gets what he's been asking for. Philly native.
You know, the first episode after that happens, I'm going to be head's going to be across the entire screen here.
He'll be riding the ATV, going up the steps of the Rocky Steps. I be riding in my old hood, same old attitude.
Yeah, you about to go meet Mill on everybody.
So
I mean, it's all about who is the best who is besides Goddard, who is the best blocking tight end.
I thought you said something else, but okay.
No, I didn't say nothing else. Keep your mind out your gut.
He was reaching. He's
reaching. Yeah. Stop doing it. Stop doing it.
Pete Nathan says Bryant's a better receiving and blocking tight end.
See?
Carissa says I like Harrison Bryant in as a third tight end, but I think EJ Jenkins started to show some diversity late last year. And you're wondering where he's at because he's been hanging around. Resident Hater says it's not a guarantee, Evan, for your boy, your son.
No, that's not what he was saying. He said that about AJ Dillon and Pete Nathan. Feel free to back me up on that one.
AJ. Hey, you gonna have to co-sign on that one, man.
Yeah, co-sign on that one, B.
I mean, I'm with Evan. I like Grant. I like Dallas. Grant definitely showed his shit last year. He came through clutch. I'm gonna go with EJ Jenkins. I'm gonna say we're gonna hold on to 3.
So we're all kind of diverse on our third guy.
But Dan, don't get me wrong. That trade happens.
I mean,
with the rest of it.
I feel like EJ Jenkins,
see ya,
Harrison Bryant, and the Kylan Granson.
Pass. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
Anyone who wants to agree with Resident Hater Pete Nathan, by all means, put it up there. Put it up on the screen. Put it up on the screen. There you go. Yeah. So
Sports King saying we should use a second round pick on a tight end. I think that we've been due for that, to be honest with you. I think that there's been some tight ends for the taking, but I understand wanting to build that defense with youth. So that's just the direction they went. That's why Kyle Pitts.
We have our first.
Man, I would love that.
We have our first drama in the LBC right now. Can we figure this out?
I mean, didn't the three of us agree?
I go EJ. Yeah.
Everyone said EJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you're the only person that didn't agree with EJ.
You went Kylan Granson.
And you guys know how this plays out.
We're just assistants. We're just assistants.
It's only an argument because this man can't agree with us. It's only an argument because he can't agree with us. You know what I mean?
I said
it's not like he's going to say, "Okay, you guys agreed on this. I'm going to go ahead and put these."
What is your pitch for Kylan Granson?
Because he's a little bit more versatile. Versatile. If you're trying to move him in line and do some other things, but I could be. Hey, everyone's agreed on EJ Jenkins, so it's Grant Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert, and EJ Jenkins.
Damn, you lost. Sorry,
it tasted like
that face, bro.
He said that. He said like it hurt.
Look at the face, bro.
3 tight ends. There we go. Now, offensive line is interesting because it is like the list is crazy. We got Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Kenyon Green. How about we do this? I'll say the names. They're on the list. You say stay, go. Lane Johnson,
Stay.
Jordan
Future
Mailata,
Hall of Fame.
Stay.
Landon Dickerson,
Stay.
Cam Jurgens,
Stay.
Tyler Steen,
Stay.
stay. Kenyon Green,
Stay.
stay. Kendall Lamb. I say you swing tackle.
Go.
Could be.
Nah.
Who else was going to be a swing tackle?
Wouldn't it be? No, he'll be the center because he's playing at center.
He's your swing tackle right now.
Yeah. All right.
Wouldn't it be Kennard? Isn't it Kennard be? Or is he a guard?
Kennard can play guard. He's got some versatility too, but that's why Kennard stay.
Yeah, Kennard say.
I think Matt Pryor. I think at this point it's a stay.
Stay.
And Brett Toth, God, he just lingers.
What about Trevor?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Keegan's going to be the center.
Can go. I think Keegan is.
Do we get it? Do we get another Aussie to poke through? Malachi Lakin.
He sounds like a Star Wars character.
Hey man, I mean, he's another massive body that Jordan Mailata just needs to show him how to do it.
I think Drew Kendall, Miles Hinton, and Cameron Williams, they're very high on those guys. I don't know where Keegan stands.
I mean, Cameron Williams as
Keegan
a
can
rookie,
play center though.
We have Drew Kendall who could play center. Hey,
Miles Hinton.
He's attractive.
We have Holland Pierce, big tackle out of UDFA out of Rutgers, and we have Marcus Tate and Lakin Fakalahi. Shout out to Dad who follows us on Instagram. But he's exempt. Okay, he's an exempt player.
Oh, right, because he's only
international, right?
Mm-hmm. So I could be talked into. I like Drew Kendall, Miles Hinton, Cameron Williams. Very high in them theory. As is Jordan Mailata. I think Trevor Keegan is on the bubble. He's got the Nia Smith syndrome.
Yeah,
how many
he needs to step up and actually show something.
I mean, there's just.
I think you probably keep 10, right?
Jordan Mailata. So far, I have Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Kenyon Green, Kendall Lamb, Drew Kendall, Miles Hinton, Cameron Williams, Matt Pryor.
And no
Matt
Trevor
Pryor's
Keegan.
making it.
I had him
Matt
on the
Pryor's
board.
making it.
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We could take Keegan off if you want to keep Toth. Yo, Stout loves him some Toth.
I know. He's always making a team, or he's always around. He's gonna be a coach. Watch, he'll be a coach.
Speaking of
you're
coaches,
saying there are 12, or you're expecting to keep 12?
We could take somebody off this if you want to add somebody else.
Well, they usually keep 12 and they dress 9, right? Or is it 10? You know, guys?
Yes, we put the rookie from Texas. That is Cameron Williams on there. Pete Nate says Miles Hinton take the Fred Johnson spot. Rack Shack off the top rope, and Keegan did not give a sack in Michigan and Philly, as far as I know.
I just can't give up on Keegan, bro.
I mean,
I was a Keegan fan.
I'm a Keegan fan, man.
Giving up on Steen.
Well, he's on there right now.
Well, Steve
fact that Matt
started
Pryor,
like guard, bro.
The fact that Matt Pryor is a 6th-round pick and been able to stick it out in the league as long as he had is a good sign for him. Like he's got NFL experience. Stout loves him. He's a big body.
You know what I will say is, you know how Howie was thinking right here. Play these guys, let them get some tape, and then trade one of them. And that's the Howie move.
Let me ask you guys a question. Of those guys, who do you think is the surprise? Because I think that Jeff Stoutland, I mean, you look at Jeff Stoutland's numbers, and he builds up guys. So who do you think is the guy that blossoms the most under Jeff Stoutland's wing here? Obviously, the starters are not involved here, but
I do think one of the rookies is gonna pop off. I think
Hinton
or Drew
maybe.
Kendall.
Yeah.
I think Drew Kendall's.
I do like Cameron Williams. I mean, Pete Nathan, resident hater Pete Nathan. How good is Cameron Williams?
I'm
good enough?
interested, honestly, to see Kenyon Green too, man. I don't know. Them trading for him, I think that Jeff Stoutland, any offensive lineman that's coming into the building, I think he has a say in who he wants. And if they specifically was a guy that they went after and got in a trade, I think they did their homework on him a little bit. And if Stoutland likes what he sees, I think he could shape him up.
I think
It's his last chance.
Pretty nice stuff.
Hey, Pete, Cameron Williams is as good as we thought he was pre-draft and before the Eagles even thought about drafting him. Okay, he was on our list. Okay. He said, I'm only asking because I don't know about Cameron Williams. Pete Nathan says, but if you listen to the show, we told you weeks before.
Damn.
Going after the listeners.
I see. I see.
One in particular.
All right. So
you listen to.
are we keeping 12? I'm going to keep him.
You want to take one guy off that list?
No,
I'm telling you, man. They usually keep 12, bro. They usually keep 12. And the 9 and 10 are active.
Hold on.
Thing with Cameron Williams though,
The trenches, B.
Coming back from injury, he had an injury where his leg was locking. At some point, he got that worked on during the off season. So you got to hope that he comes back healthy. But I think I'm happy with that. You guys good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So
that is officially 27 total spots that we have filled.
You guys are happy with that?
Yeah.
Speaking of happy, I want to talk to you about a new book by the author Carl Barney about something we all strive for. It's happiness. You weren't born to coast through life. You were born to feel alive, to wake up with energy, to live a life that excites you. The new book, The Happiness Experience, is a tool to help you just to do that. It's not fluff. It's a practical system to help you find your unique vision of joy, meaning, and drive. It's time to stop surviving and start thriving. If you want to learn more, take a few minutes at the end of this podcast and listen to the interview about the happiness experience and how you can bring it to life, plus to discover your unique happiness type by taking the free assessment at myhappinesstype.com. That's myhappiness.com, myhappinesstype.com, and grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at booksamillion.com. That's booksamillion.com. So you happy? You happy? We're moving on to the next position.
I am. Where are we headed to next?
Let's see. Defensive lineman.
Mr. Math, we got 26 spots left, and we got special teams.
Defensive lineman here. Okay. This is interesting here. We got Jalen Carter. Say yay or nay?
On the fence.
No, he's not going to make it.
Jordan Davis.
Yes.
Jalen Son.
Yep.
Yes.
Ty Robinson.
Yes.
Moro Jomo.
Yes.
Thomas Booker.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Gabe Hall.
No.
Antoine Powell Ryland.
I hope so.
Practice squad.
I say yes. KJ Henry. A lot of people don't even know.
I'm unfamiliar with his game.
Byron Young.
Where's Nolan Smith at? You didn't say his name yet.
Well, we put him with the linebackers.
Oh.
Or the edge defenders. Yeah.
Okay, so this is just interior D-line then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5,
that's
6,
7. That's 7.
I say Jalen Carter, yes. Jordan Davis, yes. Moro Jomo, yes. Ty Robinson, yes.
Yes.
5.
Yes.
And Byron Young, or
you said you did earlier say Jalix Hunt, but if you're leaving the linebackers out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Byron Young, maybe. I don't know. I think that's a guy that potentially could be a bubble guy. Thomas Booker, I like. Thomas Booker. The first 5 here, I think, are strong stays. Byron Young, I think he could. He's fighting for his job.
Fighting for his life, dog. Fighting for his life, dog.
Do you want to go 5? Do you want to go 5 there? Just because we got the edge and the linebackers and the.
Let's do it. Hopefully, Byron Young fights his tail off. But
I feel like
Booker,
this is a solid 5, though.
Yeah, but I mean Booker's. Hey, man,
I like Booker.
He's found a role.
Yeah,
he's found a role.
Mm-hmm.
That was easy. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Ty Robinson, Thomas Booker. Moving right along, here's the edge defenders. Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Aziz Ojolari, Josh Uche, Antoine. Actually, we have Antoine Power Island here with edge defenders.
Oh, okay.
Patrick Johnson.
Patrick Johnson, bro, that dude is always on the team.
Special teams.
Yeah, solid player, bro. I'm a Patrick Johnson fan.
Yeah.
I think
all 6 might make it.
Yeah, I think all of those guys make it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm good with this.
All right, so edge, we got Smith. APR.
Let's see here. Linebackers. I got Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell, Jeremiah Trotter, Smile Monday Jr., and Kobe Dean is your pup player here.
Agree.
I think
I think that's correct.
We have Lance Dixon. We have Dallas Gant. That's not on there, but I feel like they're not going to be on there. So if we make this nice and easy, Smile Monday guaranteed lock. Jahad Campbell, definitely a lock. Jeremiah Trotter, definitely a lock. Zach Bond, definitely a lock. And I feel like this is where, if they're trying to get a linebacker off the heap or through via trade as a depth player, did Kaiser White get picked up yet?
Not yet.
Still a free agent.
Interesting.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
I'd be about that for sure. It is nice though that those are solid linebackers. I feel like it's been a while.
I got another one
that we've been able to get excited about the linebacker list.
Zadarius Smith. Would you kick the tires on him?
I think it would.
Yeah, kick the tires on for sure.
I think so. If you're looking for a depth player on the edge, he's probably strong against the run, I'm assuming. But speaking of Jahad, he seems to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the linebacker group is solid.
With Nakobe Dean coming in midway through the year, I hope he could stay healthy. But that'll be ideally that'll be a beautiful, some fresh legs in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
to come in and get it.
The best linebacker. This is the best linebacker group in the NFL.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
I'm saying it with my chest. I don't care what nobody says. It's the best linebacker group.
I like where you going, Tim.
Yeah, it's all good players, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, moving right along to the cornerback position, obviously the rookies, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, lights out. My son, Quinyon, phenomenal. Cooper DeJean, not my son, but phenomenal. Cornerbacks, Adoree Jackson, veteran, brought in from the Giants. Kelee Ringo, who's he's penciled in. Him and Adoree are going to battle that out, but I think Kelee Ringo, I think you start with the young and if the old, and Adoree wins out the position. He does. He wins out the position. Tariq Castro Fields, some might not know or might not be familiar with his game, but could be a special teams player. Eli Ricks. I think he's a guy that is promising. He's been here. He's, again, UDFA. Perry Nickerson, also a Fangio guy. Interesting. Mac McWilliams, the cornerback at UCF. We drafted. Very interesting. I think he's a guy that I think he could have a role, play inside and outside. BJ Mays, Brandon Johnson, AJ Woods. I feel Jag squad.
I mean, this is kind of honestly, if I'm being real with you, feeling similar to the wide receiver group. Whereas, like, we have our top guys, and then it's a mixed bag.
All's off.
If I throw this list up here and I say 6 cornerbacks, does anyone agree or disagree? Someone Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Kelee Ringo, Adoree Jackson, Matt McWilliams. You know he's not going anywhere. Was drafted here. Adoree Jackson signed his depth to compete with Ringo. And Eli Ricks is very,
Yeah, I think that's the spot that's opened up for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Eli Ricks.
I'll put on this though.
He's versatile.
I would kick the tires on Asante Samuels Jr. I would kick the tires on it.
I mean, he battles injury too, right? Isn't that his thing?
Mm-hmm. But he can in that Eli Ricks position, let him get under, let him stay behind some veterans and good young players. Rubs off, man. Rubs off.
Now, Chris says let's have questions on Ringo and Ricks. Honestly, I like they were all being honest here. I think Pete Nathan agrees with Tim. He says he's trying to climb up the
never should have left. Never should have left.
Never should have left.
I think in his own type situation, I like the instincts.
Bro, he was so good for the Packers.
Just
the Bills. He was good though.
And he never got an opportunity here, dude. Like, and
never did.
When he got a few opportunities, he did well. He was getting picked. But like, I don't know.
Like,
was he the same draft as Sidney Jones? Had they not gone in the same year? Like,
he's before. He was a 3rd round pick out of West Virginia.
I think Sidney was the first that year.
No, Sidney was the year after. He was the year after.
The fact that they put Rasul Douglas on an island in man coverage for scary
Cowboys.
Come on, man. It's not what we're doing here.
Well, he was in the doghouse. What was our one of my favorite defensive coordinators for the Eagles?
Your boy Jim
Johnson.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz had him in the doghouse for a long time, and then he went to the bro. Like,
in his own type situation, I think. I mean, that might be a nice little fit.
Dog, I remember it was him, and then what was the other corner that we got from Utah? Eric's. Oh my God, Eric. He ended up playing for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. We played against him.
Oh, Eric Rowe.
I remember them too. Like,
pick, yep.
It was bad. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey. Oh man, it was barbecue chicken. He was looking.
Jim Schwartz is not like Eric Rowe.
No, No, and then they try to switch him to safety, and it still didn't work. And then that's why the Jalen Mills came up from the seventh round pick, and was starting all over him.
He did well. He helped win us our first Super Bowl, man. But Mills did fine, especially for.
I love Mills. He had amnesia.
Yeah.
He'll give up like a 60-yard and come up with a Mutombo look.
Yeah.
Polar Knight says, I missed this show. I get to see every stage of beard growth.
Damn.
Now, Anthony asked how you feel about Simmons or Samuels Jr. I think that they're good veteran depth signings. Both Samuels coming off injury, but Simmons knowing the book of Fangio. I like his very desperate on timeline and socials. Very desperate. Oh, gosh. Christy talking about some social media stuff. I can't keep up, CJGJ.
Wow.
I don't know about this. I don't know. But
Look! It's actually wow. It's actually hitting the X right now as we speak.
IG model Summer Bunny is accusing CJGJ of hiring a hitman to off neighbors. This cannot be real, or maybe Howard knew something. Anyway, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You
Great dance, but I missed.
PC brings up a good. Does nobody want to kick the tires on Gilmore?
I got something that I would like to throw out
same
there
age as me.
as the resident math guy. If we keep 6 cornerbacks, we're going to be at 48 total spots. That'll leave us 5. We still got to do special teams.
We have safeties. Okay.
We have safeties.
So Eli Ricks.
We got to keep 5 corners here.
Okay.
I think Eli Ricks might get the cats.
Yeah.
Things ain't been the same since you hit on Ivanka Trump, B.
All right. So that is 47 total.
Quick math.
And we have 5 remaining spots. That means that we can only have 2 safeties, which means we've got 3 safeties. I'm sorry.
So work the number area where we will probably have to work the numbers. That is.
I think we got to take another offensive lineman. I was thinking offensive lineman.
You got offensive line. You got to take one away from there. That opens up a spot.
I think it's Keegan time.
Damn. What? Yeah. That's going to be the position. You think so too, Evan? Wow.
I think it's possible, man. I mean, you need to stand out. I was a big Keegan guy, but other than just being drafted from Michigan, which is a place that I think makes good, the Big 12 makes good, offensive linemen, you need to do it at the pro level. I haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, Evan.
Just got drafted last year, but okay.
Evan should have been a lawyer. So we went to offensive lineman 11. So moving right along.
I don't even want to say it.
Safety position. You have Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, Andrew Makuba, Tristan McCollum, Lewis Seen, Andre Sam. Some names behind that. What do we have? We had Maxon Hook.
I hate to break it to you. Maxon Stan here. Kicking Sydney out of here.
Damn.
Standing on business.
Damn. You know what? I'm thinking I'm actually standing right next to you.
What about not cutting them, trading them?
Sidney Brown?
I can see them trading Sidney Brown.
I can see that happening, yeah.
Sidney Brown was a good special teams guy. We didn't draft him.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
I think as
Sidney can play when he plays.
I think for special teams, Demon, that's cool, but you're expecting more from that. And if Fangio doesn't,
he's in a doghouse. He's in a doghouse.
Tristan McCollum has been another familiar face that's been on this roster. That
McCollum
like
gets
he
mad
sticks around, man. He gets
Bro.
love.
Bro, Vic loves him, man. So
Yeah. I honestly do think Tristan McCollum has a better shot to make this roster than Sidney Brown does.
Oh, no doubt.
Scene is more of a question mark to me.
Yeah, Scene is
Injuries and where he's at.
So you cut him and add Justin Simmons, huh?
Oh yeah,
Simmons.
If you brought in Simmons and moved up in, and again,
Aren't you concerned about Simmons? I mean, I thought we had discussed this.
We did. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't like the thirst on social media. I don't like that.
Yeah, he is twerking on. He's twerking on social media for the Eagles. But I will say this. Yeah, I will say this though. If you look at it and you want to make a trade, like there's some guys out there you can probably get trade for. You know
if he was if listen, Howie just traded Bryce Huff after not doing nothing with a massive contract, so he might be able to do something.
He can do something.
So we're taking Andre Sam off. Can we take Lewis Cine off?
Yes.
Yes.
Jordan Whitehead's a free agent. Pete Nathan saying. Interesting.
They have to have 4 safeties.
Yeah.
Then you go ahead and get Simmons, right?
Hook, bruh.
So we have 7, right? We have 4.
We have 3 if we don't have Brown. Okay, we have Brown. Okay.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room right there, real quick? Can Reed get his contract extension?
He's earned it, man.
Leadership.
UDFA has been a solid
what's
starting safety for us for years.
Yeah.
Every
He
year,
was just
hold on,
moved.
let me throw this out there too. Every year, has increased his interceptions that he's had on the year. 4 of them last year. I don't know where the Reed Blankenship haters how they could exist, but he's been nothing but good.
He used to say he's not
coverage
getting
a couple times,
space. He's not getting
yeah.
space.
But
He's always at the right place at the right time.
He is.
Always.
That's what I'm saying.
Always.
If you think about what we've had as far as liabilities at that position, I don't consider him a liability to that regard. The milk missile.
Milk.
And that's Reed Blankenship's handwriting.
And he shows up at the perfect time too. He'll
And he
shut
just
it
got
down,
married.
bro.
He just got married. Let him have a
That's-
happy ending in Philadelphia. Come on, now.
Whoa.
Not that way. Story time.
Segue. Andrew Makuba also, if you think about it, if they feel like Andrew Makuba, hear me out. If they feel like Andrew Makuba can play the slot and safety, now we're cooking with gas. And also, if they think Cooper DeJean can also play a little safety, now we're cooking with gas.
Dude, who was the other dude?
Who
Who was
who's
the other
gonna be at
safety
that
from
spot?
Clemson? Who was the other safety from Clemson we took not too long ago? And then he was.
Oh God.
Okay, about Wallace.
Yeah.
Bro, like what you're saying, you talk about Makuba. I'm all for it. As an Eagles fan, I'm that hopeful. But as a guy that I haven't seen him play an NFL snap yet.
No, come on now.
I think about guys like
do that. Don't
Javon
do
Wallace
that.
that I put those expectations on. I think
Do
about guys like Sidney Brown that you put those expectations.
When I first turned on, this is before the Eagles drafted him, right? So this is nothing. As soon as I saw Makuba play, I was like, we need that. That's what we need.
Yeah, I got
Now that he's here, there's never part of Kayvon Wallace. When I turned on the tape, I was like, we got to have that guy.
I got you.
I think so. Say if we do Reed Blankenship, we only keep 3, right? Reed Blankenship, Makuba, and Tristan McCollum, and Sidney Brown is because we could also put DeJean at safety. We could also, and then Makuba could be a versatile slot player if they feel like.
Why are you trying to put a safety in the slot and a slot corner in safety?
Because that's what because Bakuba can play slot. If you check his play, that's what he does.
I love Gail's face.
I just
Right.
I don't know why you'd say slide Coop. Why would you slide Coop to safety and Makuba?
Because that's what Fangio said, dog. He said it in his presser. That's one of the first things he said. So if they're feeling like on certain packages that they feel like they don't want him off the field, this is where Fangio works. He wants some versatile pieces, and I think Sidney is not. We're not putting him in the slot.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, special teams. Sidney Brown right now is a question mark, especially after seeing him on the bar at Seattle. So what are you doing? You tore your ACL like 2 years ago. There's whipped cream on the bar. You're out here on the bar.
All right, so we keep him 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to keep 4?
Did we take? We took someone off. What's it called? Right, out of the offensive line room.
We were talking about doing that, but we never really decided. But yeah, if you're gonna go with 4, you're gonna.
I thought we did with Keegan.
Yeah.
I thought we got rid of Keegan. Keegan got cut.
We did. We're at 11.
Okay, so Keegan got cut.
46 total, and then now we'll do 4 safeties.
Big perk.
That'll be.
I mean,
Milk missile.
versus
Cuban Missile Crisis. I love that name, by the way. We got 2 missiles.
The thing with Fangio, if you can get him versatile pieces, Zach Bond, versatile. Jahad Campbell, versatile. I mean, this is what we like. This is definitely what we like.
Understood, but we still need a third. You still need a third safety.
Yeah, but if they see some guy as a depth piece that can play safety and slot, then so be it.
I don't like moving guys around like that, but I can see where he's going.
Justin Simmons it's officially taken all the wind out of my sails for Justin Simmons.
Sports King says Smitty said Makuba can play.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, just go watch that bowl game with Arizona State versus Texas. Walking, he's flying around. Man.
Pete says trade Sidney Brown for Chase Brown.
What?
His twin brother.
His twin brother.
Yeah. Need another running back. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just definitely funny to hear Fangio talk about Coop early on, him playing safety. I'm like, okay, it's pretty early in camp for you to letting that out the box there, Fangio. But it is what it is. Like, you don't want to take your best players off the field, and if you can keep them on the field in those certain situations. I've also talked about the idea of moving Cooper outside. That's not out of the realm either. Mm-hmm. I know Cooper's camp to make more money would be definitely be open to him on the outside.
That's gonna be such a pain in the ass when, like, those 2 contract extensions gonna be coming up. Oh my goodness!
Mm-hmm. So
I'm already worried about Jalen Carter because he's about to get paid.
He's about to get a lot of money.
So Ed, with the mass here,
we're up to bit. So now, since we took Keegan out, that leaves us at 50 total rostered players after the safeties when we add 4 on. And that leaves us 3 remaining spots. 1 for our kicker, 1 for our punter, 1 for our long snapper.
Simple math.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well, I guess we kind of know this, right?
With one or two positions to still move around, though.
That's 53 on the nose. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, if we still had to go ahead and take from one and add on, you could still. There's a couple positions in there you can still.
Friend of the show, Rick Lovato, still thinking of you, pal. Wish you can come back.
That was such a weird release.
It was, but I think I have my own theories on that one. I think Jake put a hit out.
Hey. He's leaning the ball to the right, man. It's just someone had to take a bullet. Shout out to Lovato.
It wasn't Jake Elliott.
Lovato walked into NovaCare thinking he was about to get made. Joe Pesci.
Anthony says, Ev, I need you to check all 53 medicals.
I'm on the case. I got the charts right to my right here.
And I think Hewlett could take, he could get cut on the last day. It's because it's how they move.
A la Rick Lovato.
Rick Lovato.
Get cut on the last day, Pete Nathan. And then they keep someone else. And then someone gets injured. And they stash them on the roster. Okay. And here we are. That was very nice. I like how we summed that up. Thanks to Evan and the Mass here. This is what we're looking at like. Braden Mann, Jake Elliott, Charlie Hewlett closing out the roster. You had the safeties, Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, Andrew Makuba, Tristan McCullum, Fangio's favorite, cornerbacks, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Keely Ringo, Adoree Jackson, Mac McWilliams. RIP Maxon Hook. UDFA. So, linebackers, Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell, Jeremiah Trotter, Shmuel Munden Jr., reserve pup. That's Nakobe Dean.
Yes, sir. How many players can you pup? Just one?
I think, can there be two?
I thought since COVID you could put it was two.
Edge defenders, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Aziz Olajari, Josh Uche, Antoine Powell, Ryland Jr., Patrick Johnson. It's not a bad edge group.
Nah, the first two are strong.
It's not crazy.
And then you got a couple vets coming off the in relief. And then
might be one on standby.
Who's it? You?
Who are you thinking?
PG.
Oh, PG. Wow. Yo, if he came back, that'd be crazy.
Might be one on standby.
I mean, he tore his shit again though in the Super Bowl. Like
he did. That's why I just said he's on standby.
Okay. You think like a late season type of?
Yes,
okay.
He did tell us that
he can't put too much out there, but yeah,
he was planning on. He's planning on coaching.
Would love that. Would love that.
He said he did say he's going to be in the locker room. He got
coach?
He got the clearance from the wife. He still will be in there helping out and stuff like that. And the kids, yep. He got the blessing.
That's great.
Now, defensive lineman Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo, Ty Robinson. I think everyone's
so excited for all these players, honestly, man.
Thomas Booker. That's 5 defensive linemen.
That's strong. That's a strong 5, bro.
Very
deep down to Thomas Booker.
Offensive line, we have 11. Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jerkins, Tyler Steen, Kenyon Green, Kendall Lamb, Drew Kendall, Miles Hinton, Cameron Williams, Matt Pryor. Very strong offensive line depth. Very high on the rookies, even though I haven't seen him play. Very interested. Tight ends, we have 3. Dallas Goddard, Evanson, Grant Calcaterra, EJ Jenkins, Tim's long-lost cousin.
Soon to be Kyle Pitts.
I think EJ Jenkins, it's going to be someone else. Wide receiver, we have 5. AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Jahan Dotson, Avery Williams, Danny Gray. I think this is where back end something's going to have to move. If Danny Gray, you think you can get somebody better, that's where you do it. Mm-hmm. Running backs, that's the conversation we had. Saquon Barkley, Will Shipley, A.J. Dillon, Ben Van Sumeren as your fullback. That's 4. I think you got to have 3 on the roster running back wise.
But by default, having a fullback makes you have 4.
And then I think if Avery Williams is one of those pass catching running backs, you want to kind of add in the mix. I don't know. Quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kyle McCord. I think that's going to be interesting. I mean, Anthony's talking about Terrace Marshall.
Tyler Boyd would be interesting.
Big Perk talking Tyler. I think someone else brought up Tyler Ball as well. Christy F said Waller came out of retirement, so why no BG?
That was wild.
I don't know what Wallace should go to Miami, play in that weather, in that club
Yeah.
atmosphere down there. I'll be down there. I'll be down there. Krista says just have to miss 4 regular season games for the Pup. I don't know about Terrace Marshall. I don't know. Don't know. I mean, big shout out to everybody in the chat for helping us get to this monumental moment. Also, big shout out to all of you on the show for not arguing. I think we did that seamlessly. I think
That's pretty good. We didn't have to do too much math.
Not too much. And Evan for keeping me on the math train. I was sweating. I was like,
I think the best choice was keeping them away from the math.
yeah. I said I'm gonna have to keep numbers, and I was like, oh shit. But shout out to Philly Sports Trips. We'll be, trying to get on these trips this year. We got the Birds takeover in Kansas City. We got the Birds takeover in Tampa Bay, New York, Minnesota, Green Bay with Todd Herman. We got the Birds takeover in Dallas. The Birds fly home trip. People from London coming over to Philly. We got Shady for the Birds takeover in Los Angeles. Birds takeover in Washington. That's December 20th. Birds takeover in Buffalo, December 27th to the 29th. It's gonna be a cold one, guys. Just saying. What trip are you most excited for?
Green Bay.
GB.
Tim?
Green Bay.
No, LA.
LA's always fun, but we
Always.
do it a lot. Yeah, LA's always fun.
I'm not no hate or anything. The LA trip is it's like Groundhog Day. We're in LA again, or Tampa. Oh, we're boiling. Our guts are boiling. The seats.
Yeah, I got that Tampa one. Yeah.
I don't know why they can't put us in Tampa like in October, November,
right?
December. Like, come on, man.
Why can't you switch the Bills game and the Tampa game?
Yeah, that's the switch up right there. Yeah.
But shout out to Philly Sports Trips. Make sure you book a trip, phillysportstrips.com, and follow them on all socials. Shout out to Bud Light for holding us down all these years. The tailgate. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Red Bull for giving us wings. Shout out to Safelli Pizza for giving Evan Hollywood Hearn the wings beneath his wings. I don't know if that made sense. But shout out to Lowski for holding down the parties. Crafty Jawn for all the chains, man. The chains have been spectacular, by the way. Go to craftyjawn.com. Shout out to Jesse Wines at Wines Creative. He wants all your photos, by the way. You guys got some nice photos.
Got you. All right.
Oh, okay.
Not photos in a suit, but your Eagles gear.
Oh, okay.
Send me a photo because he wants to do some crazy things.
All right.
But before we get out of here, say it with your chest, Tim.
Yo, people, stop messing with fireworks and lighting them in your damn hand. There were several people that blew their hands up. Now they over there looking like Ninja Turtles. Chill out with the fireworks, B. Chill out. Stupid moves. Yeah,
stupid is as stupid does.
Stupid. You win stupid. Listen, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You see that 3-head right there? You see that? You're going to be out here looking like a Ninja Turtle. Stop messing with fireworks. It's insane.
You show up in the ER and they're going to scold you too. I'm sure this idiot. Come on.
We had a couple. No, we had a person up the street from my house. Ambulance, police came. I said, "Oh." Went on a walk earlier. Went to go check the mailbox. Yeah, my son was messing with fireworks, and his left hand is gone. Stop, chill out, man. It's crazy.
Say it with your chest.
I'm just kind of like getting tired of hearing all these news about these young people, man, in Philly and Wildwood, and the beaches and stuff, like just acting like fools. It's like you're constantly seeing You know what I mean? These videos of these, young boys with the guns and shooting it up and don't even know who the hell you shooting. And that's just the thing, man. Risking somebody's lives, your surroundings. I don't know if you guys saw that video today of that one block party.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
All those cats were just, trying to bunch up in a little small ass porch, just trying to stay, out of sight of this whole, like, it's just getting ridiculous, man. So, yeah, I don't know, man. They got to bring back. They got to bring back the discipline, man. Like some of these kids need a beating. Real. Some of these kids need a beating, man. Man.
Say it with your chest, F.
Sherelle, sign the contract. Sick of the trash piling up. Don't be a scab. No scabbing. My trash is right over there. That's my other thing too. So them Scabby the rats. I've become so fascinated with this. Scabby the rat is that giant rat that you'll see outside when people are picketing. It's like an inflatable rat.
Yes, the union rat. Out there. Yes,
exactly.
All right.
All I've been thinking about recently is like there has to be a guy out there that owns like 100 Scabby the rats, and then like the union halls call him up. He's like, "Yo, I need 3 Scabbies down like this corner, and this corner." Like, what a business just to own all the Scabby the rats. But tangent. But Cheryl, sign the contract.
Evan wants a Scabby for the front line.
And learn how to spell Eagles too while you at it.
Oh, shout's definitely fire. Say with your chest. I think if you know a skill, like Evan has talked about, buffing the floors, building kitchens. Didn't you buff the floors?
Buff floors? What?
Buff the floors? No, I used to clean the floors when I was the manager.
No. He's talking about how you shine your new floors, man. Yeah. The pictures.
You're trying the floors.
He's throwing. Yeah, it is.
Yo, bro.
I got my hardwood floors sanded down and restained.
Whatever.
Buff your floors, son.
Buff. That's what I'm saying. Evan built a kitchen.
Evan, the Hollywood buffer.
If you know a skill, if you can work with your hands, I'm telling you that is. I just want
Gail, just stop. It's
a real message. It's a real message. I mean, honestly, there's not enough tradesmen out there, and it's a good industry to get into, man. There's plenty of money to be made in the trades for sure.
My brother says he wants to hire you, Evan.
I'm in.
We try to build a kitchen now. Shout out to Mark, also works with wood. You need a carpenter. Hit up Mark Coles. Tailgate for practice. I could be talking to it.
Yeah,
of course.
Shout out to the HVAC guys during July, bro. Love me some AC. Great.
Man, facts.
Hey, Andy says I buff floors before. So yeah, shout out to Mark. You need a carpenter to hit up Mark.
There you go. Put everybody put your traits out there. There we go.
Yeah,
Pete, shut up, man.
Pete, he cooks. He's a chef. Apparently, his hot takes don't cook though.
Any international games this year? I don't think we do. Aren't we lining one up for next year though? I think again. I thought that was something that was tossed around.
They were talking about it, but I think they
Eagles,
ended
Germany,
up
to the fatherland.
Fatherland.
But last word, Tim. Last word before we get out of here.
Buff your floors, and shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for the dope comments and supporting us, man. We really do appreciate it. Definitely want to send a shout out. Good luck to my baby girl. We leave Wednesday for Lexington, Kentucky.
Let's go.
And, yeah, man, she's ready to go. So let's go, man, and go Birds.
Cheers off the top of your head.
Say what?
One of the cheers off the top of your head.
Nah, I don't know.
I wanted to see.
I'm the dad. I'm the dad that has the cowbell. Like, I need more cowbell, baby.
That's where Primo.
It's good to be back on. I missed out on last week. Missed you fellas. Again, been a blessing to be able to attend the events that we attended these past few weeks. I hope everybody enjoyed the 4th. I know I did. Shout out to the family for making a nice one to remember. And big shout out to my neighbors, man. We ended up doing our first annual block party, which was tremendous. The first of many. It was a hit. No situations, no problems. We all got to meet each other. Different fans. We got some Giants. We got some Packers. We got some Cowboys. We got some Steelers, I think, too. So they got to know. They got to know me, because I'm the loud one out of the neighborhood, because I am Super Bowl champ.
Were the cats invited? The neighborhood cats?
Fuck no. You could tell Amanda I said that. No cats are allowed. But it was a great time. But other than that, like I said earlier in the show, 59 days away, the excitement's starting to kick in. It's building up, man. Trying to run it back. Go Birds.
I mean, you talk about neighbors. I gotta throw a shout out to my neighbors that don't even speak English, but they came up big for me the other day. He's a roofer, man, and that storm. I don't know if you guys remember that storm a couple of days ago. It was coming down.
Breaks. What is he?
In buckets, huh?
What is he? What is he? What is he? What's his nationality? What's his nationality?
He's Brazilian.
Okay.
My entire what's it called? I'll give you a little fun fact about my neighborhood, Ronhurst. Outside of Brazil is the highest concentration of Brazilians in the world. That's a real fact. There's more Brazilians
in Philly,
in Ronhurst specifically, in Philadelphia. Wow. It is the highest concentration of Brazilians outside of Brazil in the world. So my entire block is Brazilians. But they ended up.
Where's the party, bro?
For real. Gil gonna be there in 2.5 seconds.
I thought it was like Newark.
Nah, bro. Ronhurst, Philly.
But Newark is more like Portuguese.
Let me get to
go ahead.
My boy Thiago came up huge. He's a roofer by trade, and we had a leak going on in the middle of a wicked storm. And this dude, I texted him, and he literally was like, "I'll be right over." And this dude hopped up on a ladder in the middle of the storm, patched the hole on the roof for us in the middle of the rain in flip flops. Thank you, bro.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's a real one. That's a real one.
Yeah. Gave him a case of Coronas. He wouldn't accept our money, but we tried to offer him money. He said he refused, and then we gave him a case of Coronas. Just we see them in their trash. He enjoys the Coronas. Yeah.
Did you say obrigado?
I don't know what that means.
It means thank you.
Mr.
Portuguese, man.
Gil just learned it himself.
I learned in Brazil.
Gil went to Brazil. Now he's like, I'm the expert.
Right. Yeah, he's the expert.
This guy didn't even say thank you. He just said Corona. Come on, man. That's see. DA one guy. He said Ev. Wild as shit.
Me and the Brazilians, we get down over here.
Obrigado.
I gotta take you to a steakhouse. By the way,
I love Brazilian steakhouse. Amazing.
Do you? Cultured. Yeah. What was the text you sent me? The Mongolian food?
That was a Georgian restaurant. That's by us. We got a Georgia. I didn't try it. I didn't go to not Atlanta, Georgia. We're talking middle or Eastern Europe, Georgia.
Shit. So my last word, shout out to all your people in the chat. I know we're finally getting to some real stuff here. Some news. Camp's coming up. Mm-hmm. Camp's only a couple weeks away. I'm excited for that. Before camp, this is my vacation. Next week, I'm going on vacation, going to the Northwest coast. So if Mark Bird is around in Oregon, I'd love to see what the Oregonians do. But hitting that Northwest highway, just to see some nice things, the Redwood Forest. And then it's back to camp.
Go to Nike Town. Go to Nike or Nike store. Go to the employee store.
Do you have the employee discount?
I know somebody that can get you the employee store discount.
Okay, we should talk after the show.
Yeah,
Make that happen. But I just want to thank you guys for sticking around. We will see you guys on the next one. As always, it's Fly
Buffy Floors.
Eagles.
Off your floor. ELGLES Eagles.
Hey, congratulations to Turpin. Yeah, you're doing the traditional cowboy thing, getting arrested with
Additional.
with a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to say it on here, but you got arrested with a lot of stuff. Cowboy way, good way to go.
He's certainly buffing.